Hello, welcome to another Geordie Giant Veg. Like I said in my last video, if you've seen us, I'm doing a quick update down at the shop. I've just got a couple of things to show you. I've got a new system to show you, which I'm quite excited about, which I'm going to be growing some giant tomatoes in. I'll just show you about what's going on. There's a couple of disasters as well with my giant onions, which I'll show you in a second. I'll just start over at, I've got this little tent I'll show you. This new little tent, it's great. I've been lucky enough to get this new tent. I've got a little tomato in there at the moment. It's a Gardener's Delight cherry tomato. I'm looking just to get some cherry tomatoes off there, but I've got that under a little LED strip there, and it seems to be growing away spot on. I've got it in an air pot, just brought it up. But in this tent is another little side compartment where this opens out, and as you can see, it's got two little shelves in there so you can start your seeds off. In the bottom, I've got some Peter Glazebrook giant cucumbers starting in there in these 10 air pots. I'm going to start 10 off. I think I'm only going to grow 4. And in this tray, I've got some Peter Glazebrook giant tomatoes from I think it's from a 5.5 pound tomato. And I've got 2 McCoy seeds, who has the current world record for giant tomatoes, so I'm hoping to get them 2 germinated. And I'm starting them in these blocks. As you can see, these blocks are quite special. They're new on the market, and you saturate them with fluid, and they'll only hold what they're supposed to hold. The rest will just drain out. The air to water ratio in them are supposed to be absolutely perfect, so they're supposed to be the new best thing since sliced bread for starting your seeds off. So I'm having a go with them. They're a trial. I was giving them from a company called Maxi Grow to try, so I'm giving them a go. I will be using some more Maxi Grow cubes, these start off cubes for to start some other veg off. But yeah, that's a great little tent if you've only got a small space. What they're designed for really is this to have a mother plant in. You grow your mother plant, and this side for your cuttings. It's completely separate, so the light from this side won't affect this side and vice versa. So you'll have your mother plant in here, which you would take cuttings off, and this side you would have your cuttings to bring them on. Either 24 hour, 18 hour, you know how it goes on. And that's the design for it. So it's a perfect little tent, really. I love it. It's good for what I want as well. It comes with, I'll just shut it here, I'll zip it back up, but it comes with little side windows so you can check on what's going on, and then when you're finished with that, you can just put the cover back over it, and it's absolute darkness inside again. But I keep it open, it doesn't really affect it that much what I've got going on. So I like to keep an eye on my little tomato seeds in there. Okay, I'm sorry if it starts going a bit blurry, because sometimes these lights can affect the camera. But in this system, my Wilma system, I've got the 4 leaks, as you might have seen in my last video. But as you can see, they're really hurtling along now. The bottom flag's split on all of them, which I'll need to rip off soon. The flags are increasing now, and they are absolutely hurtling along. I'm really happy with them. This system seems to be working. If you haven't seen my other videos, have a look. It's in the middle of feeding at the moment. So as we speak, there's a little in this red disc here. There's a little pump. And in that pump, it is pumping liquid on 2 little drippers, spray drippers in each pot. And what that does is, as you can see, it just sprays out, trickles out, and feeds. And when it's finished, it goes in this reservoir at the bottom there and back into the main reservoir underneath, where it is recirculated and pumped through again. So yeah, I'm happy with them. As you can see, they're absolutely flying along. They look great. all my leeks now. It's that time of year. I've got all my leeks all tidied up, cleaned up, and ready to go in the trenches. If you see me other video, you know I've got my trench ready. So I'm happy. And these will be getting planted out in the next week or so. But in here I have a new system. It is a 4-pot RDWC system by Alien Hydroponics. And the idea, it's basically a bubble system. So it has an air stone in the bottom, and it is full of nutrients. This is the nutrient reservoir, and this is the tank. I don't need this for a little while yet, so I haven't filled the tank up because that'll go stagnant. But these will be all right because they've got the bubbler going, so they'll not go stagnant. They'll keep bubbling away. But you fill this up with nutrients, 100-litre tank, and that 100-litre tank feeds this. When it starts dropping down, the plants are drinking all the water. This little float system will trigger, which will allow more nutrients to come into the header tank, and vice versa. That'll feed every one of them. There's a pump in the middle of there which pumps down this pipe into the back of these 2 pots here, which will in turn pump it to these 2 pots, which will in turn fill that back up, so it's like a continuous loop. My giant leeks, my heavyweight leeks, what can I say about them? I mean, just look at them. They're flying along there. They're really hurtling along. I've got my light mover there. I mean, look at them. They're in good nick. I know they look, that's just soil because I've watered them this year. But I think they've got 18 flags on them each now. 18, 19 flags on them each. Just under 12 inches around. They're growing perfect, really, for what I want. They seem to be in really good health. If you look at them, they look spot on. In these pots down here, I've got giant carrots. And I'm going to let the roots pack them pots, and then I'm going to plant out a couple of them giant carrots into bigger pots in cocoa and try and see if I can grow a couple of big ugly giant carrots. In this tent underneath the LED light there, the Spectrum King LED light, I've got my giant onions. As you can see, they're starting to crack on, them 2 onions, but they look huge, and the reason is that they've appeared to have split in 2. I'm going to wait and see exactly what happens. I'm not sure if this back one is split in 2 yet. It's looking that way, if I'm being honest, but I think this one definitely has split in 2. I must have forced it too much, or let them dry out. That seems to be a reason why onions can split in 2 if they're drying out a bit. These 2 need their supports putting on. These 2 seem to be alright, so fingers crossed that I'll still get a couple of onions out of there. But I've got others in the trench now, as I planted out the other day. But yeah, it's all go. I'm happy with them leeks in that Wilma system. They look fantastic. If you're wondering about where you can get the Wilma system, any good hydroponic shop will supply them. They're made by a company called Nutriculture, and they supply the actual Wilma systems themselves. They're not expensive. I think they're about 140 or 120 quid, around that region. Don't hold me to that though, because I might be a little bit out. But yeah, I'm waiting for them tomatoes to crack through and grow a little bit. And once they're about 4 to 6 inches high and they've got the first set of true leaves on, I'm going to end up sticking them in this alien bubbler system, and I'm going to look to try and get a giant tomato. I'll keep the Gavita above it, and I'll be able to keep an eye on the tomatoes all the time in here because I'm here constantly. So yeah, I'm looking forward. It took quite a bit of setting up this system. The diagram that give you the instructions is a bit hard. Well, it's hard to understand, so I went on YouTube and I've watched a video from the same company, which was very helpful, and that explained things a lot better as far as where to put elbows and the air feeds and stuff like that. But yeah, this tank will get filled up with 100 litres nearer the time when I'm planting out. If you want to come and have a look at my systems and stuff like that, just pop down, come and have a look. I'm in Brunswick Industrial Estate in Newcastle upon Tyne. Get yourself down and have a look. But those leeks, they're beautiful and great condition. They're flying along, both of them. Yeah, I'm happy with the way things are going at the minute. I'll get me my pot leeks out soon. I've getting all my cabbages out. If you just click and watch my last video, you'll see what I'm getting done down the allotment. I've still got a lot more to do. Obviously, I'm waiting for my cover to come as well. Stored on new cover for my polytunnel, because the last one was rubbish. And that's about it in the shop. Like I say, if you want to come down and have a look at stuff for yourself, pop down. I'll sort you out a cuppa and we can have a natter. And like I tell you on nearly all my videos, if you've got any old seeds you don't want, bring them down, put them on my seed swap wall. I've got my seed swap wall here. Take some seeds, leave some seeds. I've got lots of giant tomato seeds there. Pumpkins, peas, cabbages, Swedes, you name it, they're on there. There's all sorts. Huge sunflowers, there's tons of stuff. So yeah, get yourself down and have a look and have a chat. It'll be nice to see you. I'll see you again on the next one. Thanks for watching. See you later.